the game, first flag. And I think, yeah, right. It's gonna hold on to pitching. You never know. Like I said, you never know. Like,
After a night where Blake Cox threw an absolute gem, a no-no against the Chaps to clinch the number one seed. Your Tigers are back here in the morning as we take on our rivals, the Bowie Bulldogs, for one last time in a game that means nothing but pride and revenge. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Tigers Baseball on Vype Live. So glad you could join me. My name is Melvin Jones. I hope you guys are energized just a little bit after last night where Blake Cox threw a no-hitter to clinch the number one seed in Division II by defeating and run ruling Westlake 10-0 last night. What a game. Jason Steele with his first home run of the season. Bobby Wilkinson, I knew had hit a home run, but it was just a triple. 2 pitches later, Bobby comes in, ends the ball game. Tigers win last night 10-0. Kay Sanders is on a bump this afternoon for the Tigers in a game, a rubber matchup between the two teams. And we just got word, no pregame tonight. So we're going to go straight into the game. As getting word now, Jake Pardue is changing numbers. He is 20. Again, our final Vype broadcast of the season as we will transition to the NFHS network beginning Thursday night. The bi-district round game against Vista Ridge. As right now we are just getting things going. Nothing fancy about this. Just two district rivals going at it for pride and then get both of these teams ready for the playoffs. Bowie will take on the Raiders of Cedar Ridge next week in the bi-district round. So all of the opponents are set. 25 versus 26 in the bi-district round next week. As the two head coaches are at home plate right now. Again, no pregame festivities tonight. What is afternoon? Just straight, let's get into the game and let's get it going. Liam Bruner is going to be the opposing pitcher for Bowie today. Nate Perez is going to be behind home plate. No Devin Lone right now on the lineup card for the Bulldogs. As let's take a look at the Tigers defensively. Couple changes as Kay Sanders is Pitching today, Sam Branion moves from right to left. Cruz McBride comes in as the right fielder and the DH this afternoon. Kobe Wilson behind home plate for your Tigers. As we are getting ready to play some baseball, Cade Sanders will be the pitcher today for the Tigers. Saturday afternoon here in the jungle. Founders Day was yesterday, and they were partying even after I left. And it's still going on right now. A little windy today, but nothing too extravagant. Tigers today will be in their alternative burgundy with gold trim. Tigers across the chest. As this is technically not a district game. Won't say it's a throwaway game by no means. These two teams won it. Rubber match of the series earlier in the season. As Cade is finished wrapping up, Pena, Romero, and Liam McDonald will lead off the ball game for Bowie. And folks, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me on this Saturday afternoon from the jungle. Final game before the postseason begins. Cade's last appearance happened a week and a half ago, 11 days ago against Georgetown. He threw one pitch, had a ground to come back at him, and a throwing error ended the game in extras. Cade's ready to go today. First pitch, 11:57, goes down to strike one. Great pitch from Cade Sanders. An 0-1 count to Pena. The 0-1 from Cade. And he fires it. That hits Pena. Pena's on. So an HBP from Cade Sanders gets the lead off on. And here is Aiden Romero. Romero comes up, 1 on, no outs here in the first.
Go, Sanders. Work.
Cade looks over at first, and the first pitch to Romero. Romero pops it up, foul, and out of play. Strike one. Number change this afternoon. Jake Pardue is wearing number 20 today. Oh, 0-1 count to Aiden Romero. Liam McDonald, the DH, is on deck. And Cade readies the 0-1. He goes over to first. Cade has a very mean pickoff move. He's done it a few times this season. The junior now setting up on the right side of the rubber. The 0-1 to Romero. And Cade once again goes back to first. And now Pena's in trouble. And Cade Sanders has done it again. What a pickoff move from Cade Sanders. 1 out. Pena had absolutely no clue what was going on. Cade has that Steve Avery type pickoff move for those of you who remember Steve Avery of the 90s. The 0-1 from Cade. And he misses upstairs. Aces on the board for Romero. A ball and a strike to Aiden Romero. Cade, the 1-1. And that slice foul just past third base, strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes now to Romero. Cade Sanders looking for his first strikeout of the afternoon. The 1-2 to Romero. As Kobe puts the mask down, is ready to go. The 1-2. And Cade delivers. That's chopped right into the glove of Jake Pardue. Jake fires over the first. Got him. Second out of the inning. And here's Liam McDonald. McDonald comes up. 2 out, no one on here in the first. Cade looking to face the minimum here in his inning. First pitch to McDonald is strike 1. 0-1 count to Liam McDonald. Drew Winters is on deck for Bowie. The 0-1 from Cade. He fires. Nice pitch, but it goes outside. Well, I guess 2 inside. Ball and a strike. That looked like it was a strike from up here. The 1-1 from Cade. And that's chopped foul towards Jake Pardue, strike 2.
One more, Sanders.
Not as rocking and rowdy as it was last night. A 1-2 to McDonald. Cade delivers. And did he go around? He did. First strikeout for Cade Sanders today. And he faces the minimum in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. A hit batsman, and that's all. Scoreless as we head to the home half of the first. And you are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
So let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation, that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Liam Bruner, the pitcher for Bowie today. Bruner defeated the Tigers back on March 24th. Tigers lost that game 6-1. Bruner was on a bump as he went complete game gave up 7 hits, 6 strikeouts in that game. In a game that lasted just over 2 hours on March 24th. So now Bruner, who I believe is their #1 starter, back in. And here's Sammy to lead off the home half of the first for the Tigers. Sammy last night 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Actually, a walk and a hit batsman last night for Sammy. Bruner's first pitch of the day goes down to strike 1. The 0-1 to Sam, and Bruner fires. Sam hits one right up the gut. Base hit to start the morning for the Tigers. Here's Jake. Lead off single to start this Saturday afternoon as Jake Pardue walking up wearing number 20 today. Jake last night 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored against Westlake. Bruner fires, and Jake looks at ball 1. 1-0 count to Jake Pardue. Jason Steele on deck for the Tigers. Bobby Wilkinson in the hole. We'll go through the lineup here in just a bit. The 1-0. That's well inside. 2-0 to Jake. Tigers now wanting revenge on Bruner. Arguably the Tigers' worst loss of the season against Bowie. That 6-1 defeat right here at home, nonetheless, last month. And that, again, goes inside 3-0. Tigers finished 9-3 in district play. As Jake showing bunt. Bruner thought about going over the first, but he didn't. And that's inside again, ball 4, and the Tigers get the first 2 on here in the first. Here is Jason Steele. Jason last night 1 for 2 with a walk. The 2-run home run, his first of the season. And it came at a fantastic time. And Bruner's first pitch to Jason. Jason got jammed up, swung, and missed strike 1. Tigers were so much better last night with runners in scoring position as they have been the last 3 weeks. 10-0 walk-off last night in the 5th. The 0-1 from Bruner. Jason looked at it, but it caught the inside corner for strike 2. An 0-2 count now to Jason Steele with Bobby Wilkinson on deck. As Perez sets up on the outside. Bruner fires. Got him. First strikeout of the day for Liam Bruner. 1 gone here in the first. Here's Bobby. Bobby last night 2 for 4. 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. That triple I thought for sure was a home run. But 2 pitches later, Bobby came home to walk it off of a wild pitch. Bruner fires. Bobby hits one high. very high. Bell is underneath it, and he grabs it for the second out. Two gone. Here's Braden.
Now batting second baseman number 6,
Braden has the hottest bat in this lineup, 3 for 4 last night with a run scored. Had been the number 9 hitter all season long until last night. And he shined in his spot. Bruner's first pitch to Braden goes down to strike one. Nixon is on deck with Cruz McBride in the hole. If Braden can reach. Bruner, after giving him the first two on, back-to-back outs. As he looks back at Sam at second, does it again. The 0-1 to Braden. Braden chops it foul, strike two. Oh, 2 count coming to Braden Madeley. And the 0-2 coming. Bruner fires. And that's upstairs. Sammy takes off, and Sam is safe. Runners at the corners, and now it's going to be an argument from Bowie. By the way, Bowie coming off their bye, which is probably why Bruner is pitching today. Bowie was the last team to have a bye in District 26. And the call is safe. Probably expect to see Liam Bruner pitch Friday night against Cedar Ridge. So it's good for him to get some reps right now on this Saturday afternoon against the Tigers. Tigers with runners at the corners. 1-2 count to Braden Madeley, 2 outs. Looking to bring one home here in this inning. Braden chops one. And that's taken by Willingham. And that ends the threat. Tigers leave 2. And we are scoreless heading into top of the second. You are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Top second, Kay Sanders back out for his second inning of work. As natural, the wind is blowing relatively hard here in the jungle. And now Cade has wrapped up. Winters, Canetto, and Hunter Willingham will be due up this inning for Bowie. And here is Drew Winters to lead off the second for Bowie. Cade is ready to go. And the first pitch from Cade Sanders is chopped right back to him. Cade fires over the first. Got him. One pitch, one out here in the second. And here's Luke Knittel. Knittel walks up, one out, no one on. And Cade's first pitch to Knittel. Knittel hits one, base hit left field. One out single in the first hit of the day for Bowie. Here's Hunter Willingham, the first baseman, one on, one out here in the first. So Cade Sanders has thrown 2 pitches this inning. And Cade fires first pitch, strike one. What a pitch from Cade. The 0-1 count to Willingham. Grayson Gaspard, the left fielder, is on deck. 0-1 count to Willingham with Knittel standing at first. Cade fires. Strike 2. An 0-2 count to Willingham. Cade is looking for his second punch out of the day. And Cade goes over to first. Again, we've seen what Cade Sanders can do on the bump with a runner at first. Don't try it. Leo Pena found out the hard way in the first inning. The 0-2 to Willingham. And Cade again goes back to first. Knittel is getting close from being caught off guard. Cade, the 0-2. He fires. Outside, got past Kobe, and Knittel's going over to second. Pass ball. One-two count now to Willingham. But now Knittel standing at second. And Cade looking back at second at Knittel. The 1-2. Got oh! That should have been strike 3. But ball 2 to Willingham. Cade is still looking for strikeout number 2 on the afternoon. Dead eye at Knittel at second. He fires. That's popped up high. Bobby's underneath it, and Bobby grabs it for the second out. And Knittel was not going to test Bobby Wilkinson's arm at first. 2 gone here in the second. Here's Gaspard. 1 on to 2 outs. Cade is looking good to start this game so far. Cade goes on to second, and he got him again. Cade Sanders does it again to a runner from Bowie. A hit, and that is all. We played an inning and a half, still scoreless. Nixon Badilla will lead it off for the Tigers in the second. And you are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Home half of the second. Liam Bruner back out. We are scoreless. Kay Sanders with 2 pickoffs today. Here's Nixon to lead off the second for the Tigers. Nixon last night 1 for 3 with a walk. Run scored an RBI. Tigers' bats were just clicking on all cylinders last night. Bruner's first pitch of the second. Nixon swings and misses, strike one. 0-1 count to Nixon Badilla. Cruz McBride is on deck. Kobe Wilson in the hole. The 0-1 from Bruner. He fires, and Cruz hits one right into the glove of Knittel. Knittel fires over the first to retire Nixon for the first out of this second inning. 1 gone, and here's Cruz. Cruz back in today in the lineup, batting 7. As a freshman phenom steps into the box. Bruner's first pitch to Cruz is strike one. 0-1 count to Cruz. Kobe's on deck. Cade in the hole. Bruner the 0-1. And Cruz hits one right to Romero. Romero fires over the first, and he retires Cruz for the second out. 2 gone, and here's Kobe. Kobe's last appearance was on Wednesday night against Westlake, going 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Two outs, no one on. Here in the second. As Bruner trying to put the Tigers down in order for the first time today. And he steps off. As Perez sets up on the outside, Bruner's first pitch to Kobe is strike one. 0-1 count to Kobe Wilson. Cade Sanders is on deck. 0-1 count to Kobe Wilson. Bruner, the 0-1. And that missed ball one. Ball and a strike now to Kobe Wilson. Both teams with a hit thus far. We are still scoreless. Bruner the 1-1. Kobe hits one right to Romero. Romero fires over the first. Back-to-back putouts by Aiden Romero. And the Tigers go down in order. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. We play 2, still scoreless. 7, 8, 9 coming up. Gaspar, Perez, and Bell for Bowie. You are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
What is Vype Live? Vype Live is one of the largest and most respected broadcast and live stream networks in the state of Texas. Vype Live broadcasts any sport you can think of for youngsters of any age, from Pee Wee and Pop Warner to high school, club, college, semi-pro, and beyond. We also broadcast plenty of academic, fine arts, and community-related events as well. Email us at info@vypemedia.com to find out more. Vype Live. We bring your teams to you.
Nixon Badilla, new pitcher for the Tigers. As Sam goes over from left to center, Kay goes back over to left. Kay's final numbers today: 2 innings pitched, give it up 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no runs, no walks, 17 pitches, and he faced the minimum. 7, 8, 9 coming up for Bowie in Gaspar, Perez, and Liam Bell. And Nixon has finished warming up.
Leading off for the Bulldogs, left fielder, number 28, Grayson Gaspar.
Gaspar was at the plate last inning when Canedo got picked off by Kay Sanders. So now he is back up. And Nixon's first pitch of the day goes past Kobe Wilson, ball 1.
Let's go, Nix.
And Nix readies the 1-0, and he delivers. And that is upstairs, ball 2. So 2-0 to Gaspard. Nixon fires. Strike 1.
There you go, Nix.
2-1 now to Gaspard. The 2-1. Nixon delivers. That's hit out. Center field. Sam is hustling. Can't get to it. Base hit. And that's a leadoff single for Grayson Gaspard here in the 3rd.
Now batting catcher, number 11, Nate Perez.
Here is Perez. 1 on, no outs here in the 3rd. One on, no outs here in the 3rd. Nixon fires and a bunt. Not a good laydown. It does advance Gaspard over, but it was nearly caught by Jake Pardue. 1 gone here in the 3rd as Gaspard moves over.
Center fielder, number 33, Liam Bell.
Here's Bell, the number 9 hitter in the lineup for Bowie. And Nixon looks back at second. The first pitch to Bell, upstairs, ball 1. There is activity going on right now in the Bulldog bullpen. With the shade, we can't tell who it is, though. The 1-0 to Bell. Nixon fires. That's popped up high, playable for Cruz McBride. And Cruz grabs it. 4 out, number 2. Look at a gun from Cruz. What a gun from Cruz McBride.
Now batting right fielder, number 8, Leo Pena.
We are back to the top of the order in Leo Pena. Pena was hit by a pitch to lead off the ball game and then picked off. Both base runners for Bowie against K. Sanders were picked off. One of the rare times you would see that. Nixon's first pitch to Pena, strike 1. 0-1 count now to Leo Pena. Aiden Romero's on deck for Bowie if Pena can reach. And Nixon looks back at second base, does it again. The 0-1, strike 2. What a pitch from Nixon. And now 0-2 count to Leo Pena. Nixon looking for his first strikeout of the day. Nixon taking his time. The 0-2. And he fires. That miss. Good stop from Kobe. Ball 1. Ball and 2 strikes. Nixon still looking for his first strikeout, and he lifts up. And Gaspar goes back to second base. Nixon taking his time, really taking his time. The 1-2. Nixon fires. Outside. Deuces to Pena. Scoreless here, top of the third. Just about a half hour into this ball game. The 2-2 from Nixon. That's hit hard, base hit, left field. Gaspar is going to try it. Cade fires the first. He has a gun. Oh, and Kobe missed it. 1-0 Bowie. Cade Sanders had Gaspar dead to rights, but an RBI single for Leo Pena.
Shortstop number 2, Aiden Romero.
Here's Romero. Romero today 0 for 1, grounding out to third. Third hit of the afternoon for Bowie. As Pena now stands at second. First pitch, strike 1. A lot of heat behind that one from Nixon. 0-1 count to Romero. Liam McDonald on deck. The 0-1 from Nixon. And Nixon fires outside, ball 1. Ball and a strike to Romero. The 1-1. And Pena gets back, aware of these pickoffs by these lefties from the Tigers. The 1-1 from Nixon. He fires. Strike two. Ball and 2 strikes to Romero. Nixon looking back at Pena at second base. Nixon ready to 1-2. And Nixon fires. That's popped up high, playable for Bobby Wilkerson. And Bobby grabs it to end the inning. But the first run of the game off the bat of Leo Pena, RBI single, and it's 1-0 Bowie as we head to the home half of the third. Kay Sanders to lead off the third for the Tigers. And you are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Texas needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Luis Almeida, the new pitcher for the Bulldogs. Liam Bruno's day is over. He went to giving up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout.
Leading off for the Tigers, left fielder number 3, Cade Sanders.
Here's Cade to lead off the third for the Tigers. Almeida's pitched against the Tigers. He started game number 2. He gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, struck out 4, and a loss as Cade swings and misses strike 1 to open up the third. Ironically, Almeida lost that game in which Nixon Badilla came in for the 3-inning save. And the count goes to 1-1 to Cade Sanders. Top of the order, and Sam Branyon's on deck. The 1-1 from Almeida. Almeida fires. Cade hits one foul, strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes to Cade Sanders. Almeida fires. Cade looks at it, but is punched out looking. First strikeout from Luis Almeida, 1 gone here in the third. Here's Sammy.
Now batting center fielder number 21, Sam Branyan.
Sam had a lead-off single to start the ball game. And now Almeida facing the lefty Sam Branyan. First pitch, strike 1. The 0-1 from Almeida. And he fires. Sam hits one right there, and it eats up completely Drew Winters at second base for the E4. So Sam is on for a second time. First error of the game for Bowie.
Now batting third baseman number 20, Jake Pardue.
Here's Jake. 1 on, 1 out. Jake drew a walk back in the first. And Perez sets up deep inside. First pitch to Jake is strike one. Oh, 1 count to Jake Pardue. The 0-1 from Almeida. Sam is at first. He fires. Jake looked at it, strike 2. That looked like that was well outside as well. An 0-2 count to Jake. Bowie with a 1-0 lead here in the third. And Sam gets back safely. The 0-2. And Almeida fires. And Jake hits one foul just past third base. Count remains 0-2. And Jake jumps back in. No balls and 2 strikes, 1 on and 1 out here in the third. And Jake swings and misses for the second strikeout of the inning for Luis Almeida. 2 gone. And here's Jason Steele.
Number 28, Jason Steele.
Jason is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And Almeida readies the first pitch to Jason. And Sam once again slides back as Almeida throws it over to first. Almeida readies the first pitch to Jason Steele. And again, he goes back to first. Willingham swipes at Sam, and Sam is safe. Almeida's first pitch to Jason is ball 1, and Sammy has a stolen base. 1-0 count to Jason Steele. Runner at second. Let's see if Jason can do something with it now. And Almeida setting up on the right side of the rubber. Fires the 1-0. Jason hits one. Romero has it. He fires over the first. Got him. And the inning is over. Tigers leave 1. And it's still 1-0 Bowie as we head to the top of the 4th. Liam McDonald to lead it off for the Bulldogs. And you are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care, the sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Top 4. And Nixon back out for his second inning of work. Gave up 2 hits and a run in that third inning. Here's McDonald to lead off the fourth. McDonald's 0 for 1, striking out to end the first. And Nixon's first pitch to McDonald. McDonald fouls it off, strike 1. The 0-1 coming from Nixon Badilla. That missed ball 1. The 1-1 to McDonald. And Nixon fires. That missed low and away, ball 2. The 2-1 coming from Nixon, and he delivers. And McDonald fouls this one off, strike 2. Count goes even, 2-2 to McDonald. And Nix still looking for that first strikeout of the day, and he's going to get it. First strikeout for Nixon Badilla. 1 gone here in the 4th. Here's Drew Winters, 0 for 1 today. And Nixon fires. That gets past Kobe and inside, ball 1. One 0 count to Drew Winters. Luke Canetto on deck for Bowie. The 1-0 from Nixon. Low and inside, ball 2. 2-0 from Nixon Badilla. Nixon fires. That's hit. Base hit. Right center. One out single for Winters. Logan Starnes is warming up right now in the Tigers' pen. Fourth hit of the ball game. And Coach Payne is coming out. Coach Payne pushed everyone away just to talk to Nixon. Folks, don't forget, this is our final Vype telecast of the season as everything goes over to the NFHS beginning Thursday. Tigers and the Rangers of Vista Ridge do battle in the bi-district round. Thursday, we don't have a time or location yet, but that is the series coming up on Thursday to begin the postseason. So now here's Canetto, 1 for 1 on the day, 1 out single back in the second inning. And Nixon fires first pitch. Nice pitch, strike 1. What a pitch from Nixon. Oh, 1 count to Canetto. And Nixon fires. That's hit. over the head of Jason Steele for a base hit in the left field. As Winters goes all the way to third. Second single of the day for Canittle. Here's Willingham, 2 on and 1 out. Runners in scoring position for the Bulldogs. Nixon is trying to avoid any other run coming in. And the pitch to Willingham. Willingham, strike 1. And as Jake came over, Winters was far off third. Jake pretty much followed him, so no one was covering third at that time. The 0-1 from Nixon. Nixon fires over to first, and Winters gets back. Tigers trailing 1-0 with Bowie threatening here in the fourth. Nixon fires. That missed, ball 1. I don't see how that missed, but his ace is on the board for Willingham. Ball and a strike to Hunter Willingham. 2 on and 1 out here in the fourth. Nixon now taking the time. Willingham calls for time. Nixon fires. Fastball got in there, strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes now to Hunter Willingham with Grayson Gaspar on deck. And Willingham once again calls for time. The 1-2 coming from Nixon, and he fires. That's outside, ball 2. 2-2 now to Willingham. Nixon once again taking his time. The 2-2. Nixon fires. That's popped up high. I don't think it's going to be deep enough. Sam running over, grabs it, and everyone stays. Good play by Sam Bryan for the second out. Two gone, and here is Grayson Gaspar. Gaspar today, 1 for 1 with a run scored. And Nixon, first pitch to Gaspar. Strike 1. The 0-1 coming from Nixon Badilla to Gaspar. And Nix fires. Strike 2 upstairs. 0-2 now to the left fielder. Gaspar looks like he's wearing some Jordans as baseball cleats. Haven't seen those. Nixon looking for his second strikeout of the day, and he fires. That's fouled off. Count remains 0-2. Nixon would love to get out of this inning unscathed. 1-0 Bowie. They are threatening here in the fourth. And Nixon is ready. The 0-2. That's hit hard. Sam is right underneath it and grabs it to end the threat. Bulldogs leave 2 at second and third, and it's still 1-0 Bowie as we are halfway done here in the jungle. Bobby Wilkerson to lead off the fourth for the Tigers. And you are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 826,000 high school student athletes in Texas have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Texas high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
So Devin Lone now is the new catcher for Bowie. Luis Almeida back out for his second inning of work. Bobby Wilkerson, Braden Madeley, and Nixon Badilla will lead off for the Tigers in this fourth inning. Again, Bobby, Braden, Nixon due up here in the fourth. Bobby had himself a night last night, a double and a triple.
Leading off for the Tigers, first baseman, number 11, Bobby Wilkinson.
He is 0 from 1 today, flying out to center. And Almeida's first pitch to Bobby is high and inside, ball 1. Almeida readies the 1-0, and he fires. Bobby looked at it. Whoa! A ball and a strike to Bobby. That was clear outside. The 1-1 from Almeida, and he fires. And that gets inside, strike 2. It's windy, so you can't hear a whole lot of the conversation in the stands, but not a lot of people happy with this umpire. The 1-2 from Almeida. That is upstairs and outside, ball 2. I was waiting to see if he was going to call that one a strike. The 2-2 from Almeida. Bobby awaits. Almeida fires. Bobby fouls this one off. Count remains 2-2. The 2-2. Lone sets up on the outside. Almeida fires. Bobby swings and misses upstairs. Strike 3. Third strikeout today for Luis Almeida. 1 out here in the fourth. Here's Braden. Braden was put out unassistedly at first. And Almeida Ready the first pitch to Braden, and he fires upstairs and inside, ball one. The 1-0 to Braden. Braden showing bunt. Tried to lay one down, but it goes down as strike one, and his ace is on the board for Braden Madeley. Nixon is on deck, Cruz in the hole. The 1-1. Olmeda fires, and Braden fouls this one off, strike two. Ball and 2 strikes now to Braden Madeley. And Olmeda fires. And Braden fouls this one off as well. Pretty good at bat for Braden Madeley. Olmeda readies the 1-2. And he fires. Braden hits one right field, base hit. 1 out single for Braden Madeley, and his hot hitting continues. Second hit of the day for the Tigers. Here's Nixon.
Now batting pitcher number 1, Nixon Badilla.
Nixon today grounded out to third to begin the second inning. And Olmeda goes back to first. Braden slides in with no problem. And Lone sets up on the outside. Olmeda fires. Nixon hits one hard but fouled. Strike one. The 0-1 from Olmeda as Nixon gets back into the box. Olmeda really taking his time. Nixon calls for time. And Nixon swung and missed, strike two. And Olmeda goes back. Braden slides in safely. The 0-2 from Olmeda, and he fires. Nixon swung and missed, strike three, and that's the fourth strikeout of the day for Luis Olmeda, 2 gone. And here's Cruz.
Now batting right fielder number 14, Cruz McBride.
Cruz today 0 for 1 with a ground out to short. And Olmeda fires over the first again. Braden slides in. First pitch to Cruz is ball one. And again, for some odd reason, Braden Madeley at first is bothering Luis Olmeda. Ball and no strikes to Cruz McBride. Olmeda fires inside, 2-0 to Cruz. 2-0 count to Cruz McBride with Kobe Wilson on deck. Almeida ready to 2-0. And he fires. Outside, Braden takes off, and Braden's going to get gunned down. And that's the end of the inning for the Tigers. Tigers had an opportunity, did not convert, and it's still 1-0 Bowie as we head to the top of the fifth. And Devin Lone will lead off for Bowie. You are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
Are you worried how 2020 has impacted your teen's social development? We are too. Want to know what might help? Participating in the performing arts in high school. It's been hard being a teenager recently. Hard to cope, hard to keep up, hard not to feel like you're missing out. Everything's different and nobody knows what's next. Encouraging your son or daughter to participate in performing arts can really help. Those are high school activities like band, orchestra, choir, theater, speech, and debate. They'll make new friends, develop confidence, and feel the satisfaction of being part of a team. Participation in the performing arts aren't a cure-all, and they certainly won't make the pandemic go away. But they will make the teenagers in your family feel like they're part of something special. This message presented by the NFHS and the Texas University Interscholastic League.
Hey high schoolers, are you interested in a career in sports media? Vype can help. Launched in 2017, our Vype U Ambassador Program is a one-of-a-kind educational scholarship program that offers high school students a chance to gain hands-on experience in the sports media field. Vype U also gives students a platform to build their portfolio of creative work under the guidance of Vype's seasoned professionals. From covering games to publishing photos, writing articles, and conducting on-camera interviews, each Vype U ambassador receives an immersive experience geared toward their interests, while promoting their own school and preparing them for their future. Email info@vypemedia.com to find out more about Vype U today.
Logan Starnes is the new pitcher for the Tigers. As Cruz went 2 innings, giving up 4 hits, a run, and that is all. Then the strikeout.
Leading off for the Bulldogs, catcher, number 5, Devin Lone.
Here is Devin Lone to lead off the 5th for Bowie. As Logan Starnes now gets his shot this afternoon. As Lone steps into the box. In the 8-hole. Logan readies his first pitch of the afternoon, and he fires. And that goes inside, ball 1. All 3 pitches for the Tigers thus far has all gone inside their first pitch of the ball of the game. So let's see how Logan follows this one up. The 1-0. That's chopped right into the glove of Jake, and Jake fires over the first. Got him. 1 down here in the 5th, and here's Liam Bell.
Now batting center fielder, number 33, Liam Bell.
Bell today 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. And Logan's first pitch to Bell. Bell bunts right over to Logan Starnes. Logan just throws it over to Bobby for the second out. 2 gone. So Logan Starnes has thrown 3 pitches in this inning. 2 gone.
Right fielder, number 8, Leo Pena.
We are back to the top of the order in Pena. Pena is 1 for 1 with an RBI. RBI single back in the 3rd. And Logan's first pitch to Pena is strike 1. 0-1 count to Leo Pena. Logan looking to retire the Bulldogs in order for the first time today. The 0-1, strike two. Logan Starnes looking for his first strikeout of the afternoon. An 0-2 count to the right fielder in Leo Pena. And Logan fires outside, ball one. And the 1-2. And Logan fires. Did he get it? He did not. Ball two. Deuces to Pena. Two balls and two strikes to Leo Pena. 2 outs, no one on here in the fifth. And Logan fires. That's fouled off. Count remains 2-2. The 2-2 once again. And Logan fires. That missed inside for a count. So the payoff coming from Logan Starnes. Pena looking to get on for a third time today. And Logan fires. Got him! 10-pitch inning as Logan Starnes retires the Bulldogs in order. 1, 2, 3, no runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on. Time to stretch here in the jungle with Bowie leading 1-0. 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Tigers. Cruz McBride, Kobe Wilson, and Cade Sanders. You are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care, the sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Texas needs more officials.
Maddox DeFilippo comes in. That's a new pitcher for Bowie, and he gets a first pitch strike to Cruz McBride. Bowie with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom half of the fifth. DeFilippo fires outside, 1-1 to Cruz. As DeFilippo readies the 1-1, and he fires. Cruz fouls it off, strike two. One and two now to Cruz McBride. DeFilippo fires. And Cruz swung at it inside, strike three. First strikeout for Maddox DeFilippo today. One gone here in the fifth.
Now batting catcher, number 16, Colby Wilson.
Here's Colby. 1 out, no one on here in the fifth. 0 for 1 day for Kobe Wilson. A ground out to short back in the second inning. And DeFilippo fires, and that hit Kobe, and Kobe's on for the first time today. Tigers now with a base runner with one out, and here's Cade. And Ant's going to come in a courtesy run for Kobe.
Courtesy running for the catcher, number 17, Anthony Delgado.
Cade today 0 from 1. Struck out looking to lead off the third. And now Cade steps in. Tigers looking to rally here in the fifth. DeFilippo looks back. And he fires over the first. And Ant slides in safely. DeFilippo readies the first pitch. And Cade hits one right field base hit. And everyone's going to be held up. One out single, Cade Sanders. Third hit of the day for the Tigers.
Now batting right fielder, number 21, Sam Branyan.
Here's Sam. Sam is 1 for 2 and has reached both times. He comes up to the plate. Two on and one out here in the fifth for the Tigers. And DeFilippo looks back. And at second, he fires over to second, and the ball gets away. But Anthony's going to stay right there. And Sam steps back into the box. And DeFilippo ready, looks back at Ant at second base. He fires. That hits Sam, and the bases are loaded for the Tigers. Second HBP of the inning for DeFilippo.
Now batting third baseman, number 20, Jake Pardue.
Here's Jake, bases loaded, one out. Here in the fifth. So Sammy has reached all 3 times he's come up. Jake today 0 from 1 with a walk. And now a visit to the mound. As DeFilippo right now is in trouble with the bases loaded here in the fifth. Again, folks, it is on to Vista Ridge. Vista Ridge and the Tigers do battle in the bi-district round next week. State playoffs begin. All the matchups between 25 and 26 has been set. Tigers and Vista Ridge. Westlake and Vandergrift in the other matchup in Division 2. Division 1 will be these Bowie Bulldogs against Cedar Ridge. And then Lake Travis and Westwood do battle in the other matchup in Division 1. Round Rock eliminated last night by Vandergrift. Jake is up, bases loaded, one out. With Maddox DeFilippo in trouble right now.
Let's go, Drip!
And DeFilippo readies the first pitch to Jake. Jake looked at it, ball one. 1-0 count to Jake Pardue. Jason Steele is on deck. Bobby Wilkinson in the hole.
Let's go, Jake.
DeFilippo ready to 1-0. He fires. Jake looked at it, ball two. That looked close to be a strike. I can't tell this zone today. 2-0 to Jake. And the Filippo fires. Jake held up, but it goes down to strike one. 2-1 now to Jake Pardue. Ant Delgado stands at third. Kay Sanders at second base. Sam Branyan is at first. Jake is at the plate, 2-1. Jake flies one, heading foul, and it goes right past the Tigers bullpen. 2-2 now to count. The wind is kicking up just a little bit here in the jungle. And the Filippo readies. He fires. Jake fouls it off once again. Good battle from Jake Pardue. Two and two to Jake. And the Filippo is ready. Long sets up on the outside. Jake hits one, right field, base hit. Tigers are going to have the lead. In comes Ant. Cade is being waved home. And everyone stops. Sam's going to come home. Sam is safe. 3-1 Tigers. 3-run double for Jake Pardue. Here's Jason. After the 3-run double from Jake. And it was needed. The Filippo's day is done. Tigers now with a 3-1 lead. New pitcher coming in for the Bulldogs. You are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation, that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Timeout.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Andre Gator, the new pitcher for the Bulldogs, as Maddox DeFilippo went a third of an inning, giving up 2 hits, 3 runs, and responsible for Jake Pardue at second. Here's Jason.
Now batting shortstop number 28, Jason Steele.
Jason today is 0 for 2. Strikeout in the first, ground out in the third. And Gator looks back at Jake at second base. First pitch to Jason is ball 1. 3-1 now, Tigers, here in the 5th. 3-run double by the man at second base, Jake Pardue. The 1-0. Gator fires. Jason looks at it, ball 2. 2-0 now to Jason Steele. Bobby Wilkinson is on deck for the Tigers. Logan Starnes is now pitcher of record for the Tigers, in line for the win. Ball 3 to Jason. The 3-0 coming from Gator as he looks back at Jake at second base. Gator fires. Strike one. Count goes to 3-1 now to Jason Steele. The 3-1. Gator delivers. Ball 4, and Jason Steele is on for the first time today.
Now batting first baseman, number 11, Bobby Wilkinson.
Second walk today, given up by the Bulldogs. Bob comes up 0 for 2. Bobby looking for another crack like he did last night. Gator fires. Bobby fouls one off, a screamer off the net, strike one. Tigers with 3 runs off of 4 hits, looking for more. The 0-1 to Bobby Wilkinson. Gator fires. Well upstairs, ball 1. Aces on the board for Bobby Wilk. Bobby looking for his first hit today. The 1-1 coming from Gator. Gator fires outside, 2-1 to Bobby. Braden's on deck with Nixon in the hole. The 2-1. Bobby hits one, could be 2. Romero flips over the second, and Bobby is doubled up, and that's the end of the inning. But the Tigers with a 3 spot. They now have the lead 3-1 as we go to the top of the 6th. Aiden Romero will lead it off for Bowie. You are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Bulldogs starting to empty out their benches now as Alex Diaz will lead it off here in the 6th. Kai Lu will be right behind him. Actually, I don't know if Kai Lu will be behind him because Kai Lu, Drew Winters is out there. So it will be Kai Lu batting in the Liam McDonald spot, and then Winters right after him.
Leading off for the Bulldogs, pinch hitter, number 10, Alex Diaz.
So Diaz, Lu, Winters due up here in the 6th for Bowie. Logan Starnes back out for his 2nd inning of work, putting the Bulldogs down in order in the 5th. as Logan readies his first pitch of the 6th inning. And Logan fires first pitch, strike one. The 0-1 count to Diaz. Logan Starnes wasting no time. He fires. That is outside, ball one. Ball in the strike to Alex Diaz. Again, Kai Lu is on deck for Bowie. The 1-1. Logan delivers. Strike two. Got him swinging on that one, and the ball in 2 strikes now to Alex Diaz. And Diaz calls for time. Maybe some dirt got into his eyes from the wind. Ball in 2 strikes. Logan Starnes fires. Outside, 2-2. The 2-2. Logan fires. Fastball, got him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Logan Starnes. One gone here in the 6th. Starnes with a strikeout to end the 5th, strikeout to begin the 6th. And here's Kai Lu, who normally DHs for Bowie, comes off the bench today. And Logan's first pitch to Lu is strike one. 0-1 count to Kai Lu. Logan readies the 0-1, and he fires. That is inside hit Lu. And a hit by pitch for Lu. Puts him on. Drew Winters comes up, 1 for 2 in the afternoon, 1 on, 1 out. Lou Canetto is on deck for Bowie. And Coach Gotek heads to the mound to talk to Logan Starnes. Oscar Johnson is warming up. Oscar threw just 4 pitches on Wednesday night at Westlake. Again, folks, come Thursday night, our coverage shifts to the NFHS Network. Tigers and Rangers of Vista Ridge do battle in Game 1 of the Bi-District Round. We will have details on time and location later on in the week. As Winters comes up, 1 on, 1 out. Logan looks back at first. Logan's first pitch to Winters is ball 1. I don't know what's a strike and what's a ball today, apparently. 1-0 count to Winters. The 1-0 coming from Logan Starnes. And he fires. Winters hits a chopper. It's going to be tough. Logan fires over the first. That goes off the plate. And the throwing error on Logan Starnes. Probably didn't need to throw it. It would have been a hit. But now runners at second and third now for Bowie. With the go-ahead coming to the plate in Canittle. So E1 on the play. And that's the first error of the day for the Tigers. Logan. First pitch to Knittle is ball 1. 1-0 count to Luke Knittle. The 1-0 coming from Logan. And he fires. Strike 1. And ace is on the board for Knittle. The 1-1 coming from Logan. And he fires. Knittle swings and misses, strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes to Luke Knittle. The 1-2. Logan fires. That's hit. Right field. That's going to be dropped by Sam. 1 comes home. And it's now 3-2. Sammy had it in his gloves. And that's the second error of the day. E9 on that one. Here's Rowan Disher. Still 2 on, but it's 3-2. Logan Starnes finding himself in a little bit of trouble. Logan lifts up. Logan. 3-2 now, Tigers. Back-to-back, really back-to-back-to-back errors. A hit batsman and then 2 errors. And Logan fires. That's hit, center field. That's going to tie the ball game up. RBI single for Rowan Disher has tied this game up.
Now batting left fielder number 28, Grayson Gaspard.
Here is Gaspard. Runners at the corners now. And Logan fires. That's hit. Center field. Jason, what a grab by Jason Steele. A well-needed out. 2 gone. And that brings up, Lone. Lone today is 0 for 1 with a ground out to third. Logan trying to get out of the inning. He fires. Strike 1 to Devin Lone. The 0-1 from Logan Starnes. That's chopped. Jason picks it up. He fires over the first to retire the side. Bowie leaves 2, but they score 2. And we are tied as we head to the bottom half of the 6th. Braden Madeley to lead it off for the Tigers. And you are watching Tigers baseball on Vype Live.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Home half of the sixth, we are tied at 3. Braden Madeley, Nixon Badilla, Cruz McBride due up in this inning for the Tigers. As Andre Gaeta warms up as he got the last 2 outs of the 5th inning. Tigers had a 3-1 lead. Bowie put up a 2-spot. A hit batsman, 2 errors, and a single all happened within a 4-batsman span. Tigers give up 2 on only 1 hit. Braden today is 1 for 2. As Gaeta fires his first pitch of the inning, and Braden chops it foul, strike 1. Nixon is on deck. And then Cruz in the hole for the Tigers here in the 6th. 3 all. And Braden swung and missed, strike 2. 2 district rivals who will stay on as district rivals next season, playing for a 3rd time this season. The 0-2 to Braden. Gaeta fires well over the head of Braden Madeley, ball 1. Hayes and a returning Johnson Jaguars will replace Westlake and Lake Travis next year in District 26. The 1-2. That's inside 2-2. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe the Tigers will stay in Division 2 next season no matter what. The 2-2 from Gaeta. And Braden again with a hit right center. And Braden's going to stay there with a lead-off single here in the 6th. Two for 3 today is Braden Madeley. And here's Nixon. 1 on, no outs here in the 6th. Nix today is 0 for 2. Ground out in the 2nd, and he struck out to end the 4th. And Gaeta's day is done, so a new pitcher coming in for Bowie. One on, no outs here in the 6th. You are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so we stand, We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible, because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
Braden Maley with a lead-off single here in the sixth. Nixon Badillas comes up to the plate. 1 on, no outs. 3 all. Again, Nixon today 0 for 2. As Liam McDonald's first pitch of the game is strike 1. As Canetto came in waiting for the Nixon Badillas bunt. An 0-1 count to Badilla. Brady with the lead off for first. McDonald is ready. Nixon again showing bunt. And McDonald, and it's called a balk. And Braden's heading over to second off the balk. So now the double play has been eliminated with Braden now at second. And McDonald is ready. Nixon showing bunt again. And that is outside. Evens up the count. Ball in the strike. McDonald looks back at Braden at second base. Nixon showing bunt once again. Nixon missed it, strike 2. So Nixon now will be swinging away on 1-2. McDonald looking for his first strikeout of the afternoon. The 1-2 to Nixon. McDonald fired. Nixon hits one. That hits it right to the first baseman in Willingham. But Nixon did his job. Actually, that's Rowan Disher now at first. As he advanced Braden over to third, 1 gone. Here's Ant. Ant is 0 for 2 today. Actually, that was, yeah, I said it right, Ant. Ant is 0 for 1. First at bat. I was looking at Cruz's stats. And that hits Anthony Delgado. Runners at the corners for the Tigers. As Kobe's taking off his gear. Looks like Smitty may come in to pinch hit. Two on, one out here in the sixth. And Kobe's going to come out and hit. Smitty came out for a minute and is heading back to the dugout.
Now back to the Tigers. Catcher number 16, Bowie.
Kobe today is 0 for 1. Anthony Delgado scored for him as he was hit by a pitch in the fifth. Runners at the corners, including the Ant, now at first. Braden's at third. Kobe showing bunt. Kobe lays out a gorgeous bunt. What a bunt from Kobe Wilson, and it scores the go-ahead. What a sack bunt from Kobe Wilson. Two gone, but Kobe Wilson with the sack bunt and the RBI. Here's Cade. 1 on, 2 outs. Tigers regains the lead. And the first pitch from McDonald to Cade is strike 1. As Cruz is warming up in the pen. And McDonald fires. Good hold up from Cade. Ball 1. McDonald, the 1-1. Cade looked at it, but strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes now to Cade Sanders. And Gator fires. That miss deuces to Cade Sanders. So now Andre Gator charged with the run that came in. He is on the hook. And now the pitcher of record for Bowie. The 2-2 for McDonald. McDonald fires. Cade flies one high up in the air. Disher gives off to Winters, and Winters makes the catch to end the inning. But the Tigers put one back on the board. And now they have the lead as we head to the top of the 7. Cruz McBride. Actually, Logan Starnes is coming back out. Oscar Johnson's in. I thought Cruz was going to come out, so Oscar looks to close it out for the Tigers. And you are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic Sports in Texas. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Oscar Johnson, who threw 4 pitches Wednesday night against Westlake, is out to close it out for the Tigers here this afternoon. We'll have a quick wrap up at the end of this game as we get ready for Vista Ridge come Thursday. Then I'll have an interesting story on the history of Tigers baseball on my website, 1216 Sports Radio. The guy to my right, Jeff Goss, will be kind enough to give me the interview. You will see it probably sometime tomorrow, maybe Monday.
Leading off for the Bulldogs, center fielder number 33, Liam Bell.
Bell today is 0 for 2. As Oscar looks like he is done and ready. And Oscar looking to rebound from Wednesday. First pitch, strike 1. A foul tipped that Bell nearly completely missed anyway. An 0-1 count to the center fielder. Top of the order, and Leo Pena's on deck. The 0-1 from Oscar. Upstairs, ball 1. 1-1 to Liam Bell.
Let's go, Oscar!
Oscar readies the 1-1. And he fires. Popped up, but foul.
Heads up.
And that fell right behind us. Hopefully it didn't hit a car, primarily mine. Strike 2. Oscar looking for his first strikeout of the day.
Let's go, Oscar!
And Oscar fires. Got him! As Kobe picks it up and just going to fire it over the first for the first out. And Oscar Johnson with a strikeout to begin the 7th, 1 gone. And here's the top of the order in Pena. Pena today's 1 for 2. And the first pitch coming from Oscar, and he fires. Pena looked at it, ball 1. The 1-0, 2-0 to Pena.
Come on, Oscar!
2-0 to Leo Pena. And Oscar, dead center of the rubber, fires. That is upstairs and inside, 3-0 to Pena.
You got this, Oscar! Come on, Leon! Let's go! Let's go!
Oscar ready to 3-0. Trying to avoid the walk and a 4-pitch walk to Pena. And Coach Gotek is making that walk. Second time this week, Oscar with a 4-pitch walk. So maybe Coach Skotek out there to just calm the senior down and get him through this inning. As here is Pena.
Now batting shortstop, number 2, Aiden Romero.
Romero's back in. 0 for 2 on the afternoon. And Oscar's first pitch to Aiden Romero is inside, ball 1. Oscar ready to 1-0. 5 straight balls thrown from Oscar Johnson. And that's fouled off. Strike 1. Aces on the board for Romero. Liam McDonald's back in the on-deck circle. The 1-1. And that got in a strike 2.
Let's go, Oscar.
And a 1-2 count now to Romero. Oscar looking for his second strikeout. And Oscar throws over to first. The 1-2 coming from Oscar Johnson. And he fires. That's chopped, and it's going to go foul. Count remains 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out here in the 7th. And Oscar fires. Got him! Second strikeout of the day for Oscar Johnson. 2 gone.
Now batting number 9, the pitcher, Liam McDonald.
Here's McDonald. McDonald represents the final out for Bowie. Can Oscar come in and get the save as he goes back to first? And Pena slides in. Oscar looks over. First pitch to McDonald. Strike 1. 0-1 count to the DH and Liam McDonald. Drew Winters is on deck. The 0-1 to McDonald. As McDonald stops, resets, jumps back in. The 0-1 from Oscar. And Oscar fires. Strike two. That's the Oscar Johnson that we know. Oscar a strike away from the save and striking out the side. And the 0-2 to McDonald. And Oscar fires. That's fouled off. Count remains 0-2. The 0-2. Oscar is ready. And Oscar fires outside. And the ball gets past Kobe Wilson. And Pena heads over to second.
Hey, no problem, no problem. Way ahead, let's win this.
A ball and 2 strikes. Oscar still is in control of the count. Looking to get the final strike and to send the Tigers into the playoffs with a huge victory. And that gets past Kobe once again. It's Deuces with the tying run now 90 feet away.
Come on, Oscar, you got it. One more now.
Oscar just needs one more. 2-2 is the count to Liam McDonald. And Oscar on the rubber, ready to go. And he fires. Got him! And Oscar Johnson strikes out the side, and the Tigers wins the rubber game by a final score of 4-3. Quick Tigers post game coming up in just a minute, and you are watching Tigers baseball on Vype Live.
All right, folks, let's get started. Parents, thanks for coming. As many of you know, I'm Coach Mather. Tonight I want to talk about the season, of which I only have one expectation: that everybody gets stronger. When I say get stronger, I'm not referring solely to physical strength. Sure, we'll be in the weight room, we'll be running stairs, but we're also going to focus on developing mental toughness and grit, because those are the characteristics that allow us to achieve greatness both on and off the court. So, how do we develop those things? By getting comfortable with a challenge, by cultivating the confidence necessary to overcome adversity in all forms. That's why I coach. That's my purpose. Every member of this team can lean on me, and I'll teach them how they can lean on themselves and each other.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the UIL, are the 825,000 high school sports and performing arts students in Texas. And so we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible, because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
Final score, 4-3, Tigers with the victory. As Logan Starnes will be credited with the victory, the losing pitcher will be Andre Gaeta. Tigers with 4 runs off of 5 hits, 2 errors. Bulldogs 3 runs off of 6 hits, 1 error. Both teams heads to the playoffs. Bowie will take on Cedar Ridge next week. Meanwhile, the Tigers will take on the Rangers of Vista Ridge coming up next week. What a game. And the Tigers come away with a 4-3 victory here today on this Saturday afternoon. Our next telecast happens on the NFHS network coming up on Thursday. This is our final Vype broadcast of the season. Tigers and Rangers game number 1 of the bi-district round. We'll have times and locations later on this week. My QA this afternoon, Mr. Skylar Gillespie. Technical producer of Vype Media, Ms. Suna Venkat. And the broadcast director, Mr. Merle Bertrand. For everyone associated with Vype, everyone associated with Dripping Springs High School, I am Melvin Jones saying good afternoon, folks. I will talk to you Thursday for the playoffs. And you have been watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live. Talk to you on Thursday.